Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the weight of success resting upon you. Not as a distant dream, not as something outside of you, but as your present reality. The wealth, the freedom, the effortless ease of abundance. It is already yours. You need not hope for it. You only need to assume it. What if, right now, you truly knew you were a millionaire? How would you walk into a room? How would you breathe? What thoughts would fill your mind? You would move with certainty, speak with authority, and carry yourself with ease. There would be no hesitation, no lack, no questioning. This is the secret that the wealthy understand. They do not wait for external proof. They become it internally first. Your outer world is a perfect reflection of your inner assumptions. If you see yourself as struggling, the world will show you struggle. If you see yourself as prosperous, wealth will find its way to you in ways you cannot predict. You must live in the state of abundance before the evidence appears. You must feel rich before the money comes. Doubt is the enemy of creation. The moment you question, where is it? When will it come? You are reaffirming that you do not yet have it. But the millionaire does not beg for wealth. They walk in the knowing that it is already theirs. They act with confidence, make decisions with assurance, and hold an unshakable belief in their own worth. If you would transform your financial reality, you must begin today. Not by working harder, not by chasing money, but by shifting your inner world. See yourself as the millionaire you already are. Walk in that vision, speak from that vision, and live from that vision. The world has no choice but to conform. Wealth is not something you earn. It is something you claim. Act as if you are already there, and soon you will be. The world you experience is nothing more than a mirror reflecting your inner state. Everything you see, touch, and interact with is a direct outpicturing of your consciousness. If you believe yourself to be wealthy, abundance must take form around you. If you see yourself as lacking, then lack will be all you know. This is not philosophy. It is the fundamental law of creation. Wealth is not something you pursue. It is something you become. You do not chase after money, hoping it will transform your life. Instead, you transform your inner world, and wealth effortlessly follows. The misconception many have is that they must first acquire external riches before they can feel abundant. They wait for success, believing that only when they have the physical manifestation of wealth can they finally think and act like a prosperous individual. But the truth is the opposite. The feeling must come first. You must assume the mindset of wealth, carry yourself with the confidence of abundance, and act from the end result before the evidence can appear. Your assumptions about yourself dictate what you receive from life. If you see yourself as struggling, you will continue to struggle. If you feel powerless over money, money will remain elusive. But the moment you shift your inner state, when you deeply know that you are a person of wealth, everything around you must rearrange itself to reflect that conviction. This is not wishful thinking. It is an immutable law. Consider for a moment those who naturally attract abundance. They do not approach life with desperation, nor do they constantly worry about finances. They move with ease, speak with certainty, and hold an unshakable belief in their own value. It is not luck that brings them success. It is their internal state. They have conditioned themselves to expect wealth, and as a result, wealth flows to them in ways they could never have anticipated. Think of someone who always struggles with money. No matter how hard they work, they never seem to get ahead. They may even experience temporary success, but soon they find themselves back in the same place of lack. Why? Because their inner state has never changed. Deep within, they see themselves as someone who must fight for survival, who must work excessively hard just to make ends meet. Their outer world is merely playing back the script they have unconsciously accepted. If you wish to transform your financial reality, you must go beyond action and enter the realm of being. Instead of trying to attract wealth, Embody it. See yourself as already possessing everything you desire. Feel the security, the peace, the freedom that comes with true abundance. Walk as if you are already successful. Think from the perspective of a person who never worries about money. This is not about pretending or faking wealth. It is about stepping into the truth that what you assume to be real must become real. There is no separation between the inner world and the outer world. They are one and the same. If you internally believe that you are abundant, then life will reflect that belief in ways beyond your imagination. The key is to live in a state of knowing, not hoping, not wishing, but knowing that your wealth is inevitable. This requires discipline, for the mind will always attempt to revert to its old patterns. It will look at your current financial situation and say, but there is no money, the bank account is empty, the bills are piling up. Do not fall into this trap. What you see now is merely the reflection of past thoughts and beliefs. If you want a different future, you must create a new inner reality today. Every moment presents you with a choice. You can dwell in lack, or you can claim abundance. You can worry about money, or you can assume that everything you need is already on its way. You can see obstacles, or you can see opportunities. The decision you make in each moment determines what will unfold in your life. To act from a place of wealth means to move with certainty. A wealthy person does not hesitate to invest in themselves, does not question their ability to receive, and does not live in fear of losing money. They understand that money is a tool, a resource that flows in proportion to their belief in their own value. They expect abundance, and so it comes. So begin now. Close your eyes and step into the feeling of already being wealthy. How does it feel to know that money is no longer a concern? How do you walk? How do you speak? How do you carry yourself? Let that feeling take root in you. Let it become your natural state. The world does not give you what you want, it gives you what you are. Become wealth in consciousness, and it must manifest in form. It is law. Your imagination is the foundation of your reality. Everything you experience, every event that unfolds, and every circumstance you encounter is a reflection of what you have consistently assumed to be true in your mind. The world you see is not separate from you. It is the direct manifestation of your inner state. To change your life, you must first change what you assume, believe, and imagine to be real. Most people live under the illusion that reality is something outside of them, something fixed and immovable. They believe they must respond to circumstances rather than create them. But the truth is, reality is shaped by the thoughts you hold with conviction. If you imagine yourself as wealthy, successful, and fulfilled, then these qualities will begin to take form in your external world. If you see yourself as struggling, unlucky, or powerless, life will reflect those assumptions back to you. This is not mere positive thinking. It is the fundamental law of creation. What you dwell upon, what you emotionally invest in, becomes real. Your mind is a fertile ground, and whatever you plant within it, whether thoughts of abundance or thoughts of lack, will grow into tangible experiences. Just as a seed contains within it the potential of a towering tree, so too does your imagination contain the potential of your future reality. Everything you now possess, every aspect of your life, is the result of past assumptions. The job you have, the relationships you attract, the money in your bank account, all of it is a product of what you have previously believed and imagined. Nothing appears by accident. If you wish to transform your life, you must begin by transforming the mental images you habitually entertain. Imagination is not idle fantasy. It is the mechanism through which reality takes shape. Every invention, every great achievement, every shift in human history began first as a vision in someone's mind. The airplane, the skyscraper, the technology you use daily, none of it existed until someone imagined it into being. And just as the great minds of history used their imagination to bring forth new realities, so too can you use yours to shape the life you desire. But there is a crucial distinction to understand. Imagination is most powerful when it is combined with assumption. It is not enough to merely visualize success or wealth. You must assume it as your present reality. To assume means to take something as true, to accept it as a fact before any physical proof appears. When you assume that you already possess what you desire, you shift your state of being. You begin to think, feel, and act as if it were already yours, and by doing so, you make it inevitable. Doubt is the only thing that delays manifestation. If you imagine something but immediately contradict it with thoughts of uncertainty, you weaken its ability to materialize. Many people allow their current circumstances to dictate what they believe is possible. They look at their life, see limitations, and reinforce those limitations through their thoughts. But reality is not something to be observed and accepted. It is something to be shaped and molded from within. The key is persistence. When you hold an assumption long enough, it hardens into fact. If you consistently imagine yourself as a person of wealth, health, and success, these qualities must become part of your lived experience. The world has no choice but to conform to the reality you impress upon it. Look at your life right now. Whatever situation you find yourself in, it is the result of past imaginations, whether conscious or unconscious. If you are experiencing lack, somewhere within your mind you have accepted lack as a reality. If you are surrounded by abundance, it is because you have at some level assumed abundance to be natural for you. There is no external force deciding your fate. The power is within you. To change your life, begin by imagining your ideal reality as if it were already true. Close your eyes and step into the scene. See it, feel it, experience it in your mind with full conviction. Imagine the conversations you would have, the emotions you would feel, and the way your life would unfold if your desires were already fulfilled. Do not concern yourself with how it will happen. Your only task is to hold the assumption firmly and persist in it. As you practice this daily, you will begin to notice changes. Opportunities will appear, circumstances will shift, and people will enter your life in ways that align with your new assumption. This is not coincidence. It is the unfolding of the reality you have created within. Your imagination is the most powerful tool you possess. It is not bound by time, limitation, or circumstance. The only question is, what are you imagining? Are you using this power to create the life you desire? Or are you unconsciously reinforcing a reality you do not want? Take control of your imagination. Assume the best for yourself. Persist in your vision, and reality will be compelled to align with it. You are always imagining. Make sure you are imagining wisely. The world you experience is nothing more than a reflection of your inner state. It is not the circumstances outside of you that determine your reality, but the emotions, assumptions, and beliefs you hold within. If you desire wealth, success, or abundance in any form, you must first feel it before you see it. The mistake most people make is waiting for physical evidence before allowing themselves to experience the emotions of what they want. But the truth is, your outer world will only shift when your inner world has already accepted the new reality as fact. Everything in life moves according to the law of assumption. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. And what you are is dictated by what you feel to be true about yourself and your life. If you continuously feel lack, if you wake up every morning dwelling in worry, stress, or uncertainty, then these emotions reinforce a reality of limitation. But the moment you shift, when you begin to embody the feelings of abundance, security, and confidence, everything around you must rearrange itself to match this new state of being. Your emotions are the bridge between your imagination and your physical world. If you can summon the feeling of already having what you desire, even before it has appeared in your life, You activate the unseen forces that bring it into being. This is not wishful thinking. It is the process by which all things come into existence. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every extraordinary transformation has begun with someone who is able to feel their success before it materialized. When you close your eyes and step into the feeling of wealth, something remarkable happens. Your mind begins to accept it as real. The subconscious does not distinguish between what is physically present and what is vividly imagined. It simply responds to the emotions you generate. If you persist in this state, your actions, your thoughts, and even your energy begin to align with the reality of wealth. Without effort, you find yourself moving in ways that attract the right opportunities, the right people, and the right circumstances to bring your vision into form. But to do this, you must release the habit of reacting to the world as it is. Most people remain trapped because they allow their current reality to dictate their emotions. They see an empty bank account and feel scarcity. They experience setbacks and feel failure. But if you allow the physical world to determine your emotional state, you will only perpetuate the cycle of lack. Instead, you must break free from this pattern by deliberately generating the emotions of your desired state, regardless of what is currently happening around you. How would you feel if you were already wealthy? How would you carry yourself? How would you wake up in the morning, walk into a room, or speak to others? The key is not to wait for wealth to arrive before feeling abundant, but to become that version of yourself now. When you do, the world will follow suit. This is the reason why those who expect success always seem to find it, while those who fear failure continue to experience it. Expectation is a feeling. When you expect something, you feel it as certain, as inevitable, and life cannot help but reflect back to you the state you persist in. Your job is not to figure out how things will unfold. Your job is to maintain the feeling of already having what you desire. When you do, everything else takes care of itself. Ideas will come, people will appear, circumstances will shift. You will be led in ways you could not have planned. Your current financial state is not permanent. It is merely a reflection of past assumptions, past emotions, and past beliefs. If you look at your bank account, your career, or your material possessions and see lack, understand that what you are witnessing is not a fixed reality. It is the result of old thoughts and feelings that have taken shape in the physical world. But the most liberating truth is this: the moment you shift your inner state, your outer world must follow. Most people remain trapped in financial struggles because they believe their circumstances dictate their destiny. They see limitations and reinforce them with their emotions. They react to their environment instead of mastering their inner world. But if you wish to transform your financial reality, you must detach from what currently is and give your energy only to what you desire to be. Your circumstances are nothing more than a mirror of your inner world. If you continue to focus on what appears to be, you will keep recreating the same experience over and over again. You must learn to look beyond appearances, beyond temporary setbacks, beyond the illusion of lack, and dwell only in the reality of abundance within your mind. The world is fluid. It is shaped by the assumptions you persist in. If you assume wealth, despite what your physical senses tell you, the world will eventually conform. Detachment does not mean ignoring your responsibilities or denying reality. It means understanding that the reality you see today is already outdated. It was formed by past beliefs and past emotions. The power lies in your ability to stop reinforcing what you no longer wish to experience and to focus entirely on the new state you desire. When you wake up in the morning, do not dwell on financial worries. Do not check your bank account in fear or make decisions based on lack. Instead, begin to embody the feeling of financial security and abundance. Walk through your day as if money flows to you effortlessly. Act with confidence, speak with certainty, and feel the relief of knowing that your needs are already met. This shift in state is not just a mental exercise, it is a command to reality. Most people think they must wait for external evidence before they can feel abundant. But that is the great illusion. If you wait for proof before you change your feelings, you will remain stuck. The world is simply reflecting you. If you insist on seeing scarcity, if you constantly reaffirm that you do not have enough, the world will continue to echo that belief. But the moment you stop identifying with lack, the moment you refuse to let circumstances control your emotions, you step into true power. Understand this deeply. Your financial situation is a temporary expression of your past thoughts and emotions. The moment you claim a new state, the moment you feel wealthy without requiring proof, the outer world must rearrange itself to match your conviction. But you must not waver. You must not react with doubt or fear when things seem unchanged in the beginning. Just as a seed takes time to sprout, your inner transformation will soon manifest into tangible results if you persist. Detachment is the key. Detachment does not mean carelessness or irresponsibility. It means emotional freedom. It means that no matter what your eyes see, you refuse to be controlled by it. You refuse to let an empty wallet or a temporary financial setback dictate your inner state. Instead, you hold fast to the feeling of abundance, knowing that reality must conform. The people who create wealth effortlessly are not the ones who chase money. They are the ones who expect it. They move through life with an unshakable sense of security, not because they have proof, but because they know that wealth is simply a byproduct of their inner state. Their confidence draws opportunities to them. Their expectation shapes the world around them. And what most call luck is simply their ability to persist in the assumption of abundance, regardless of appearances. If you truly want to change your financial reality, you must stop defining yourself by what is visible. Your wealth is not determined by what is in your account today, but by the state of mind you consistently dwell in. Do you see yourself as someone who struggles, who barely gets by, or do you see yourself as someone who naturally attracts prosperity? Stop identifying with lack, stop reaffirming struggle, stop reacting to circumstances as if they have power over you. Begin now, right in this moment, to assume the feeling of financial security. Let go of the need to check for proof. Let go of the habit of worrying. Instead, step into the knowing that your inner state creates your outer world. If you persist in this new state, if you refuse to be moved by temporary appearances, then without effort, without strain, your world must shift. The people, the opportunities, the resources will appear, drawn by the new energy you embody. This is not wishful thinking, this is the law. Hold firm in your assumption. Do not let circumstances shake you. Your financial state is not fixed. It is fluid, ever-changing, and shaped entirely by the thoughts and emotions you entertain. Change within, and reality must follow. There is a way a person walks when they know they are valuable. There is a way they speak, a way they carry themselves, a way they move through the world that commands attention without demanding it. It is not arrogance, it is certainty. It is not pride, it is knowing. A millionaire does not beg for opportunities, does not hesitate in their decisions, does not shrink in the presence of challenges. They move with confidence, not because of what they have, but because of who they believe themselves to be. This is the key. The world does not respond to your bank account, it responds to your energy. If you walk into a room uncertain of your worth, doubting yourself, questioning whether you belong, the world will mirror that back to you. Opportunities will pass you by, people will overlook you, and wealth will seem distant. But the moment you decide, truly decide, that you are valuable, that you deserve abundance, that you have something extraordinary to offer, everything begins to shift. Confidence is not something you wait to have. It is something you choose to embody. Too many people believe that once they achieve success, then they will feel worthy. But they have it backward. Success follows confidence. Wealth follows belief. The people who rise, who attract opportunities, who step into abundance, are the ones who act as if they already belong in that world. They do not ask for permission. They do not wait for proof. They claim it. The way you carry yourself tells the world everything it needs to know about how to treat you. If you move as though you are unsure, as though you doubt your own abilities, the world will respond accordingly. People will hesitate to invest in you. Opportunities will seem scarce, and you will find yourself constantly seeking external validation. But when you step into a room with the energy of someone who knows their worth, the world takes notice. People listen. Doors open. The universe moves to accommodate you. Confidence is not about knowing every detail, having all the answers, or never making mistakes. It is about trust in yourself, trust in your ability to figure things out, trust in the unseen forces working in your favor. A millionaire does not second-guess their decisions because they understand that hesitation is what kills momentum. They act, they adjust, they move forward with conviction. They understand that the only thing standing between them and their vision is their own willingness to believe in it. To move with confidence, you must first release the habit of seeking approval. Most people walk through life looking for confirmation from the outside world before they allow themselves to feel valuable. They wait for someone to validate them, for a job title to define them, for money to reassure them. But true confidence does not come from external conditions. It comes from an unshakable inner state. The moment you stop waiting for the world to tell you that you are worthy and decide that you already are, everything changes. If you were already a millionaire, how would you carry yourself? How would you speak? How would you make decisions? You would not hesitate to invest in yourself. You would not shrink in the presence of those who have achieved great things. You would not waste energy worrying about whether you are good enough. You would know, and that knowing would be reflected in every movement, every word, every interaction. This is what you must embody now. Do not wait for the wealth to arrive before you begin to move like someone who has it. The moment you shift your inner state, the outer world will follow. You will notice how people begin to treat you differently. You will see how opportunities flow more effortlessly. You will feel the difference in how you approach life, not as someone hoping to be successful, but as someone who already is. Confidence is magnetic. It draws people in. It creates trust. It opens doors that seemed locked before. But this confidence cannot be faked. It must be felt. It must be real. And it becomes real the moment you decide to claim it. Stop questioning your worth. Stop waiting for external validation. Move as if you are already the person you desire to be, and watch as the world mirrors that back to you. The words you speak are not just sounds. They are declarations of who you are and what you believe to be true. Every word you utter carries energy, shaping the world around you, influencing your subconscious mind, and determining the life you live. If you wish to step into a life of wealth and abundance, you must first transform the way you speak and think. You cannot dwell in lack and expect to attract prosperity. You cannot speak of struggle and hope to experience ease. The mind does not discriminate. It accepts what you repeatedly affirm, and the world reflects it back to you. Most people unknowingly keep themselves trapped in scarcity because of the way they speak. They say things like, "I can't afford that. Money is hard to come by. I never have enough." These are not just passing thoughts. They are instructions to the subconscious mind, reinforcing the very limitations they want to escape. The subconscious mind does not question. It simply accepts and creates according to what it is given. If you constantly speak of struggle, you will experience more struggle. If you speak of limitation, you will live within those limits. But if you begin to speak in terms of wealth, prosperity, and abundance, your reality will reshape itself accordingly. Instead of saying, I can't afford this, say, money is always flowing to me. Instead of saying, I'm broke, say, I am financially abundant. At first, it may feel unnatural, even untrue, but understand this. Your words are not describing reality, they are creating it. You do not wait for circumstances to change before you change your language. You change your language first, and the world follows. Wealthy people do not speak in terms of lack. They do not dwell on what they cannot do or what is missing. They speak in possibilities, in expansion, in certainty. They do not say, I hope I can make money. They say, money is always working for me. They do not say, I'm trying to be successful. They say, I am already successful and greater things are coming. This shift in language is not just a matter of words. It is a shift in identity. When you begin to speak in wealthy terms, you rewire your mind. You start to think differently, see opportunities where others see obstacles, and attract the kind of energy that aligns with prosperity. Your entire vibration changes. People begin to respond to you differently. You start to move through the world with a quiet confidence, an assurance that success is inevitable. This is the power of language. Your words are like seeds planted in the soil of your subconscious. Speak words of abundance, and abundance will grow. Speak words of wealth, and wealth will manifest. But if you continue to speak words of struggle and limitation, that is exactly what will multiply in your life. Pay close attention to the words you use every day. Do you complain about money? Do you express frustration over your financial situation? If so, you are unknowingly reinforcing it. The key is to stop speaking about what you do not want and start affirming what you do. This does not mean ignoring reality. It means choosing which reality to reinforce. You may not have $1 million in your bank account right now, but you can still speak as if you are on your way there. You can still affirm that wealth is flowing to you, that opportunities are opening, that you are destined for financial freedom. And the more you do this, the more your mind will begin to accept it as truth. What you consistently affirm, you begin to believe, and what you believe, you experience. This is why those who constantly complain about money never seem to have enough, while those who speak of wealth and abundance continue to attract it effortlessly. Their words have shaped their expectations, and their expectations have shaped their reality. Change your language and you change your life. Stop speaking in terms of limitation. Eliminate phrases like, I can't, it's too expensive, I'm just getting by. Replace them with statements that align with wealth. Say, I'm always provided for. There is more than enough. Money comes to me in unexpected ways. These are not just affirmations, they are declarations of a new reality. Every time you speak of abundance, you shift your energy. Every time you affirm prosperity, you train your mind to seek it. And when your mind is focused on abundance, it will begin to create it in ways you cannot yet see. The world around you will shift. People, opportunities, and financial breakthroughs will begin to align with your new state of being. Do not wait for wealth to arrive before you start speaking like someone who is already wealthy. Speak it into existence now. Think in terms of success now. Align your words with the reality you desire and watch as the world reshapes itself in response to your new, abundant mindset. You must learn to live from the end, to think, feel, and act as if your desired reality is already here. The secret to manifestation is not in waiting, hoping, or wishing. It is in assuming the state of being you desire now. You do not attract wealth by longing for it. You become wealthy by embodying the mindset, emotions, and actions of someone who already possesses great abundance. This is the great secret. The world does not shape you. You shape the world through your assumptions, your beliefs, and the reality you occupy in your imagination. Most people live in a state of waiting. They say, once I have more money, then I will feel abundant. Once my circumstances change, then I will feel successful. But this is completely backward. The outer world is only a reflection of the inner world. If you wait for circumstances to shift before you assume your new state, you will wait forever. The world mirrors back to you the state you embody. If you continue to identify with lack, struggle, and limitation, that is what will be reflected in your life. But the moment you shift, truly shift, into the state of wealth, prosperity, and ease, the world will begin to rearrange itself to match your new vibration. Ask yourself, if I were already wealthy, how would I think? How would I feel? How would I move through the world? Begin to assume that identity now. Wealth is not about a number in your bank account. It is a state of being, a way of moving, a deep and unshakable certainty that you are already in possession of everything you need. When you internalize this truth, you will find that opportunities, financial breakthroughs, and success flow to you effortlessly, because you are no longer operating from a place of desperation or need. You have already become the person who has what they desire. Imagine for a moment that your wealth is already secured. Imagine that everything you desire is already yours. How does that feel? Do you walk with confidence? Do you carry yourself with ease? Do you trust that every step you take leads to even greater success? Hold on to that feeling. Let it saturate every part of your being. This is the key. You must dwell in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You must not simply want it. You must embody it. Most people live from their current circumstances. They allow their environment to dictate their thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. But those who understand the truth know that circumstances are irrelevant. The only thing that matters is your inner state. You must not be moved by what you see. You must be moved by what you know to be true in your imagination. This is not about ignoring reality. It is about understanding that reality is fluid, constantly shifting according to your dominant state of mind. If you are living from the end, you will no longer think like someone struggling for money. You will no longer react to setbacks with fear or desperation. Instead, you will move through the world with certainty, knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly in your favor. You will no longer chase opportunities. They will come to you. You will no longer hope for wealth. You will assume it is already yours, and so it will be. The mistake many people make is to oscillate between states. One moment they feel wealthy, the next they are doubting and questioning. They allow their senses to convince them that nothing is changing, and so they slip back into their old patterns of thought. But true transformation comes when you remain faithful to your new state, no matter what appears before you. You do not check for signs. You do not question if it is working. You simply know. You live as if the outcome is already secured, because in truth, it is. This is why those who act, think, and make decisions from a place of abundance continue to experience more abundance. They are not hoping to become wealthy. They are already wealthy in their minds, and reality must conform to their assumption. The world cannot help but reflect the truth they have claimed for themselves. There is no need to wait. The moment you decide to shift your state, the process begins. Stop thinking from a place of lack. Stop reacting to what is. Instead, declare what will be. Feel the reality of it now. Step into the version of yourself who already has everything they desire. Walk with confidence. Think with certainty. Speak with conviction. The law is simple. Assume the state and the world will follow. The wealth you seek is already yours. You need only claim it. The unseen world is more real than what you perceive with your physical senses. Everything you desire is already in motion, forming in the unseen before it takes shape in the visible. The mistake most people make is believing only in what they can see, touch, and measure. But the truth is, Reality begins in the invisible realm of assumption and belief. What you hold as true in your inner world must, by law, materialize in the outer world. This is why trust in the unseen is the key to bringing your desires into reality. When you plant a seed, you do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. You trust that beneath the soil, unseen forces are at work, causing the roots to take hold and the stem to push upward toward the light. You do not doubt that the process is unfolding, even when there is no visible evidence. In the same way, when you assume a new state of being, whether it be wealth, success, love, or health, you must trust that the process is already underway, even if your outer world has yet to reflect it. Many people give up too soon because they do not see immediate results. They assume that nothing is happening, and so they abandon their new belief and return to their old state of doubt and limitation. But reality does not operate on your timeline. There is always a gestation period between the moment a new assumption is made and the moment it manifests in physical form. Just as the seed must first establish roots before breaking through the soil, your new state of being is forming beneath the surface, arranging people, circumstances, and opportunities in ways beyond your current perception. This is where persistence is crucial. You must not waver. You must not question whether it is working. You must not allow the lack of immediate physical evidence to shake your belief. The moment you entertain doubt, you undo the work that has already begun. Instead, you must remain steadfast in your assumption, holding firm to the truth that what you have claimed is already yours. Faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. It is the unwavering conviction that what you desire exists, even when there is no tangible proof. When you trust the unseen, you do not need reassurance from the external world because you know that the outcome is inevitable. You do not chase, beg, or plead. You simply remain in the state of fulfillment, knowing that all things must unfold in divine order. This trust is not passive. It is a state of deep inner knowing. It is walking through life as if the promise has already been fulfilled. It is feeling the joy, gratitude, and certainty of having what you desire, even before it physically arrives. The world cannot help but respond to your conviction. It must mold itself to match the reality you have embraced. Doubt and fear are the only barriers to manifestation. They create resistance and delay the process. When you allow yourself to question whether your assumption is taking root, you introduce instability into your creation. But when you stand firm in your belief, without needing to see immediate proof, you accelerate the unfolding of your desire. The world is filled with people who abandoned their dreams simply because they could not see evidence that they were coming true. They mistook temporary delays for failure. But those who achieve great things are those who persist, who trust the unseen even when the world appears unchanged. They continue to embody the state of their fulfilled desire until it becomes their living reality. Think of the countless forces that shape your life without your direct awareness. You do not see the electricity that powers your home, yet you trust that when you flip the switch, the light will turn on. You do not see the air you breathe, yet you trust that it sustains you. In the same way, the forces of creation are always at work, responding to the assumptions you hold most deeply. The unseen is not empty, it is where all things begin. Your new state of being is already forming. The wealth you seek, the success you envision, the love you desire, all of it is already taking shape in ways that may be beyond your current perception. The only question is whether you will persist long enough to see it through. So do not be discouraged by what appears to be stagnation. Do not let your senses deceive you into thinking nothing is happening. Every assumption you hold with faith is like a seed planted in the soil of the unseen. Give it time. Nurture it with belief. Walk each day as if it is already done. And soon the unseen will become seen. The intangible will become tangible. That which once existed only in your imagination will stand before you as undeniable fact. This is the law. Trust it. Persist in belief, and it must come to pass. Everything begins within you, your thoughts, your beliefs, your assumptions. They are the architects of your reality. Wealth, success, and abundance do not come from the outside. They emerge from the state you occupy within. When you embody the feeling of wealth, when you think, speak, and move as if you already have it, the world must reflect it back to you. Your current circumstances are simply the result of past assumptions. If you wish to change them, you must first change your inner world. Live from the end, act as if, speak in terms of abundance. Trust in the unseen, knowing that what you assume to be true must manifest in time. Do not let temporary appearances shake your faith. Reality bends to those who persist in their belief. You are always creating. Every moment, you are shaping the direction of your life through the state you choose to embody. Choose wisely, choose boldly, choose abundance, and then walk forward with certainty, knowing that all things are already moving in your favor. Thank you.